Hey YouTube, it's Echo. I guess this would be my 3 month video on testosterone. I'm always running like a month behind. So I've just decided to start doing it at the end of the month instead of the beginning of the month. So I guess this will be my 3 month video. Um, okay. So I'll start with physical changes probably, and this time I'll show you guys because I've noticed I talk a lot about them, but I don't think I ever really like show you. But I would say the first month and second month and into the third month, my biggest changes were emotional, so there wasn't really too much physically to show you. But now I guess I'll show you because I've seen a big difference in my physical appearance a lot lately. My facial hair, of course. I really wish I could show you guys. I tried earlier before I recorded it. I put the camera up to my face, and I had to get a very special kind of angle to get my facial hair in there, and it's just like so little. It's like not even worth trying to sit here for 15 minutes. I wish it was darker, but when it gets darker, I'll show you. Another thing I've noticed, I always talk about my voice changing, but I never talk about how it feels. Like I can feel it in my throat, and I am actually getting an Adam's apple, a small Adam's apple, and I've noticed it's hard to show in this light as well. Um, but yeah, it is there. It's coming in, and I can feel it in my chest. Like it's really rumbly, and like you can feel the vibration a lot in your chest when you talk. You can feel it's like, but anyway. And I've also noticed that I'm so loud. Like I hear myself so loud. Because before, when it's like a soft tone and then there's like the rumbly is not there. But at work, I'll be when the floor is really quiet, I'll be like, hey guys. And it just sounds so loud. Like I'm like, oh my God. I'm sorry, that was so loud. Just, you gotta like, I gotta watch myself so I talk quieter because I vocalize so much louder now. Uh, we should play a drinking game, and for every time I said loud, you have to take a shot. You will be wasted. Anyway, so I noticed also in my arms, well, not just in my arms, everywhere, but mainly my arms, my veins are huge. I probably can't show you. This camera lighting sucks, but they stick out and they're just really prominent. Yeah, can't really see it, but my veins are sticking out a lot more. Um, let's see. And then before I show you guys my arms and my legs, like keep in mind, I do not work out at all. I uh, I work Monday through Friday, noon to 9, and I know I'd have time in the mornings, but I'm just so exhausted. I'm just like I really don't want to go in the morning time and then work 9 hours and then come home and go to sleep and do it all over again. But I've noticed my arms and legs are just naturally getting bigger, so I'll uh, show you guys on camera in a little bit. Another thing I've noticed is I have hair growing in the most awkward places. Not awkward, just this is gonna sound weird. I don't have hair on my ass. That's a good thing. Still smooth as something. A countertop. Use your imagination. Um, but I do have hair from like to my feet. It's not on my feet, but it's like to my feet on my legs, all the way up my thigh to my crotch. Like it like intersects right in that area, and then from my crotch like to my happy trail up my belly button. Yes, gross visual. Probably didn't want to hear it. There it is. Um, let's see what else have I noticed physically. My eyebrows are coming in thicker. They don't look like it. Still looks like I pluck them. I don't pluck them. But it's like coming in further down. Nope, can't see it. I think that's about it. I don't know. There's always more to tell you, and then I'm like, shit, I wish I said that. And I don't, and I never write it down. I should. But physically, that's all that's pretty much it that I can think of right now. Oh, my midsection is doing this a lot less, and now it's doing this more straight down. So I'm going to try to work on this, the V, if that makes sense. Emotionally is a different story, and it's actually for the first thing on testosterone that I can say that may have caused problems. Um, because of my emotional changes, my girlfriend and I are on a break. I can't I can't blame it on the testosterone, but it's when it yeah, basically I will blame it on the testosterone. I'm not angry or violent or anything like that. I'm actually the opposite. Like I'm way more mellow now. Before I was super emotional. I'd like to sit here and say that I wasn't, but I was. I probably cried at least once a week, at least, and I was overly sensitive to everything, and I was always just like whiny bitch all the time. And but on the positive end of that, I was really romantic and like gushy and sweet and kind. And I'm all of those things now. I'm just not so over the top like I used to be. I'm just more subtle with the ways I do it. I still buy flowers, I still do that kind of thing, but I think because she's used to me being one way, it's so weird to see me because I have truly done like a 180 my personality, and I think it's fantastic. I love it about myself, but she's like, it's like meeting a whole new person because I'm confident now and I'm outgoing more so than I was, and I'm not this oversensitive person that I used to be. And I mean, I can see like I'm the same personality type and I'm me, but I definitely can understand the changes that people talk about, like, you know. So I guess it's caused problems, but not I don't know. I don't know. I can't say it's caused problems because I enjoy the changes, but at the same time it's really rough knowing that like, your relationship of 3 years is on the rocks because changes, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. I've noticed I do look a lot more masculine and I never get mistaken for a girl anymore. I do get, hey bud, all the time, so it's like they still think I'm like 15. But usually people just don't know I'm a girl. Or, well, I'm not really a girl, but physically I was born a girl. So, yeah. Um, and if they do find out, they're like, holy shit, I never would have guessed you were a girl. So that's awesome because you don't get the sideways glances or the double takes, you know, or people assuming that you're a girl because you have such a feminine stature. And I'm still pretty feminine, but I think that there are a lot of changes that have made me look a lot less feminine. Um, but yeah, the emotional changes are good. Also, another thing is not only was I overly sensitive, but I panicked about everything. Like I always thought I was dying from something, or I just had panic attacks all the time. Like everything scared me. I was like, oh my god, if I take this aspirin, my kidneys are gonna fail and I'm gonna die. Just everything was wrong with me all the time. Like when I look back, I was an awesome. I feel like I'm an awesome person. Not to sound arrogant, like that sounds really arrogant, but I'm just happy. Like I like who I am, and more so who I'm becoming. But when I look back, I'm just like, I don't really ever want to be there ever again because I like me how I am, and it probably helps because I feel like this is how I perceive myself my whole life. It's just with hormone changes, everything changes. Really, truly, everything changes. Relationships with people, not just romantic relationships, but family, friends, the way people perceive you. Um, Emotional changes, some for good, some are worse. I've heard some guys that get like really overly aggressive or I'm not like that. Um, I have noticed an increase in female attention. Like, yeah. Um, this is not an alcoholic beverage, or is it? No, it's not. It's juice. Yeah, but I've noticed a lot more girls flirt with me. Like, even if they're not interested, like, they're not pursuing me, like, hey, you're cute, let's go out. It's just like, they flirt with me so much more now that they perceive me as a guy. At my new job, most of the supervisors and managers know that I'm a girl, unfortunately, because my mom works there and she's a supervisor, so all of them, yeah. But all of my friends there, none of them know I'm a girl. All of them think I'm a dude, and but it's not just people at my work. Let's see here. Yeah, I would say that those are pretty much the changes that I can think of right now. I always have more, and I think I said this earlier in the video, and I never write them down, and I really should. Because I always get off the video and I'm like, oh crap, I really should have said that. I should talk about that, but I don't. Let's see. I've even noticed a difference in the way my family treats me. Like, not like my family's sexist or anything, because they're not. But I've noticed that I almost get like more respect as a male. Like, I don't know. The female gender tends to get the more like, okay. I was always really aggressive as a female, I should say. And girls tend to get their way more when they're this soft, like, oh, I didn't know, or like, I need help, I'm weak. You know what I mean? Like, more people think it's like, oh. And then when you're an aggressive female, you're just a rebel and a bitch, I guess. I don't know. But now that people perceive me as male, that aggressive personality, I really should change that word aggressive because there's a negative connotation with the word aggressive. So, assertive. That assertive personality is perceived very differently when you're in a masculine perspective in somebody's mind. There. So even in my family, like it's like I'm not being an asshole. That's just echo. Like instead of like, oh well you're on your period or like, coming up with different excuses for why you're being a bitch. I've noticed that with friends as well. There's a different sort of respect level. Um, but yeah, I guess I can show you my arms once again. Like, keep in mind, I don't work out. I'm not trying to show you how buff I am or anything like that, but because I'm really not. But my shoulders have broadened out quite a bit, and then let's see, try to angle it. Like the size in arms, I guess. You can see just like the shoulders and the muscle definition coming in. And I don't work out ever. I'm sure it'd be more awesome if I did work out. And my legs are getting pretty big, and I don't do anything with them either. Excuse me, King. This is my dog. He's a pit bull, and he's awesome. I love you. I'm gonna strip. Should I turn on some music? Just kidding. Alright. This is for educational purposes only. Alright. Like my legs. Look at that! Ugh! That muscle's huge. I don't do anything. I don't know why my legs are so big. It kind of like freaks me out. It's because I put my shot in my leg. My calves aren't really that big. I wonder if you can see the hair on my legs. Let me get a close up on my leg. Ugh. Can you see the hair on my legs? Yeah, it's a lot darker in person. My mom's like, ew, your legs are so hairy. And I was like, yeah, that's what boy legs look like. And she's like, my husband's legs aren't that hairy. And I was like, sorry, your husband has girl legs. Just kidding. Alright. Putting my pants back on now. Sorry I've wasted 15 minutes of your guys' life. No. But I just knew that I needed to make a video because I always say I'm going to make a video and then I always make it late. And I was like, well, I'm home. So, yeah, I think that's it for now. For now. Give it 2 days or a month or a year, knowing me. Alright. King! Shut up. Alright. Yeah. Any questions, comments, responses, just you know where to go. Alright, bye YouTube!